going on? Hello, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. It's a special night because you know what? This is 40 weeks in a row, man. 40 weeks of coast to coast comics. You know what? It's the place to be every Saturday at 8 o'clock because my homie right there in the bottom just came back for the con. Jeffrey, Comic Hand Henson in the house. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? Good to see you guys, both of you.
Well, I'm doing well. My homie right now, the man, the special guest that said, "Yo, I want to come on Coast to Coast Comics, man. Hook me up. Let's do this thing, man." Sean, Stay Puff, 1983, the hip hop master with all this Run DMC. He loves his music. I do too. The community does. Stay Puff, Sean, how are you doing, my brother?
Doing fine, man. Great to be on the show, man.
Sweet.
Yeah, happy to have you, man, for sure.
Yeah, especially to be on here with Jeffrey Comic Con. I know he I remember the early days when him and Miss Hustle was pressuring me to do videos.
Man, I know, right? That was crazy. Like, you were like one of the first people I ever met, like through this community. Like, because before I was even making videos, we used to like hang out in all the chats together and everything.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a journey, that's for sure. It's been awesome.
We need to get Miss Hustle back in it because I remember she was big in trying to get me to do videos.
Yeah, she pops in like every once in a while, here and there. But that's about it, I feel like. So
yeah.
All right. Hey, yo, Jeffrey, can you acknowledge everyone in the chat right now? It's a bunch of people, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see what we got going on here tonight. We got our boy Perry Comics. What's up, Perry? How are you doing tonight? Life with two YouTubers. Always good to see you. Life with two YouTubers. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Alea Comic Bro. What is up, Raul? Good to see you tonight, my man. Comic Books NYC says, "What's up? What's up, Comic Books NYC? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here." He won the hunt last night, new hunt champion. So, you know, I was going in there feeling pretty strong, and then NYC comes in and just lays me to the ground. So,
NYC was like one of those new challengers that just popped up out of nowhere and just took everybody's thunder.
Yeah, for sure, and he did it very well. So, NYC hunt championship. Good job. Fuchsia, what's up? Good to see you tonight. Fuchsia, thank you for joining us. Justice for Comics, what's up? Justice for Comics, good to see you. Alberto Pinedo, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. I Got Issues, Chris, what's up, man? Good to see you, as always. It's awesome meeting you. I got to meet Issues at New York Comic Con. That was awesome. Good to see him for sure. We got Old Wolf, what's up, Old Wolf? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here.
Awesome.
Stay Puff. Oh, yeah, Stay Puff. Yeah, so thank you guys all for joining us today.
Yeah, you know what, guys? You know what? This is the place to be. 8 o'clock every Saturday. You know what? There's a lot of things going on right now.
Is there?
On the 8 o'clock spot because,
really?
we got some channels doing auctions, people doing interviews and stuff like that. But this is the 40th episode of Coast to Coast Comics, and we're gonna rock out. We're gonna have the best time. You know what? I'm so happy that Jeffrey's back in the house. Sean is in the house. You know, we're gonna talk about comics and have a good time and talk about, I didn't see the movie. The Joker movie dropped. I didn't see it, but I just want to.
Okay, you want me to give a little
no spoilers.
You want me to talk about it a little bit and just kind of go out there?
If you don't mind, and then we can talk to Sean for a minute here.
For sure. Geeks, Drinks, and Comics, what's up? Glitter and Duct Tape, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. So no spoiler. It's not really a review. I'll just give you some thoughts and things about the Joker movie. I think everybody should see it. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Obviously, I'm sure if you've heard anything about it, it's not your typical comic book movie, but I think that's good. It works really well in this situation. I don't know if it worked for every character, but it works really well in this situation. It took me by surprise. I didn't have a lot of expectations for it because, I wasn't too, the trailers didn't really excite me, but this was good. It makes you think. It's kind of trippy in certain scenarios and things that happen. It gives a lot of like nods to the older movies, nuances from Joker throughout every comic book, you know, things like that. It's, you know, Joker is kind of a violent character, but I don't feel like this movie was overly violent. I mean, there's a few scenes, but not like you would kind of like not like you're thinking. It's not just a bunch of guns and violence and things like that. There's no like sexual references really or anything like that.
I don't want none of that either.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that. Like, I feel like a lot of people are saying that there's these things about it, and like one of them was like there's political things in there. I mean, I went in there to watch a movie. I'm not the most politically involved person. I don't know a whole lot about politics, and maybe I just missed that. But I mean, I just, as a movie, you go and you take it in as a movie, and I thought I really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was a good movie. I thought Joaquin Phoenix knocked it out of the park. Highly recommend it. Even if you're just on the fence about it, you know, like, go check it out. You might not like it, and that's okay if you don't like it. But I definitely think that it's worth seeing, for sure.
Well said, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it. I'll get around to it.
Yep.
Hopefully maybe this week. I know Sean was battling. He's been sick the last few days, but you know what? He's recovered, and he was like, "Yo, I feel good. I feel good right now. I'm on the show. I'm so happy to be on the show, Sean. We're excited to have you on."
Man, I'm shocked that I see. If you highlight Big Daddy Diecast Cook is in the chat, and he's he's my fellow Instagram tag team partner.
We'll leave it there all night, man.
Big Daddy Diecast. Hey, he came to Orlando a few months back, and we hooked up. You know, me, him, Mark Twain but stupid, and Savage Sword of Conan. We all hooked up, met at the comic shop. Man, had fun digging in them long boxes, and then we went and ate. Man, it was a great time with him.
Awesome, man. Awesome. It's pretty dope, man, that this whole community is here just hanging out, and we get to meet new people like, you know, right now what Sean just said. His homie is right there. I just put his thing on the highlight. All you got to do is click him, and feel free to check his channel out and all that good stuff. We're gonna get him on these videos one of these times, man, because he's a character. He's a personality. There's a spot open right now that we can fit 4. So, you know, if he wants in, all he gotta do is just say, leave a comment, say, I want to hang out, and then you know, find me on Instagram, and then send me your email and all that stuff, and then we'll rock out, man.
He will fit in perfectly with the slab downs because he's a huge wrestling guy too.
Oh man, I love some wrestling too.
Yeah, some AEW. What?
Hey, we're gonna talk about AEW.
We could. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now that's a chat, sir. Jeffrey, please, one more time, man. A bunch of people just hanging out.
Absolutely. C3 Comics, what is up? Good to see you tonight, C3. Thank you for joining us. Glitter and Duct Tape joined us, along with Nova Mad 1966, the Diecast Cook, our buddy Sam's Tangled Web. What is up, Sam? Great to see you. Terry Courts, he thought the movie was awesome as well. I agree, Terry. I agree. Wolf Warner, yo, what up, party people? What up, Wolf? Good to see you tonight, man. Thanks for joining us. Conquistadors, what's up, Javi? Good to see you tonight, buddy. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here this Saturday evening.
Just hanging out. This is the 40th episode, Coast to Coast Comics, man. Yo, this is the place to be right now. You know what?
What?
We talk about Joker. How about we talk about, you know, there's one person I never met. And I don't know if you guys met him or not. Stan Lee, though. I know Perry Comics did a nice video about 10 covers or 5 covers of Stan Lee. But you know what? I wish that's why Perry was here, because it would have been a perfect time. But you know what? I never met Stan Lee. That's
C Wood, what up, C Wood? Story. Okay, you're going to talk about the Stan Lee tribute that they held on Monday, right?
yes.
The thing is, Comic Books NYC got tickets or an invitation to that, and we could have went to that, but it was like casual dress, right? And I took no casual dress with me. So, like, I mean, we were pretty tired. We both agreed we were pretty tired, but still, it could have been a possibility. And I just, I didn't have anything for us to go wear that. But
so no white shirt, no black tie, right?
no, I did not. All I had were jeans and sneakers, homie. Yeah.
Hey, you was on vacation in New York City. You wasn't looking to dress up.
Right? I was thinking about Comic-Con and comic book hunting,
exactly.
But it still would have been cool, to go see something like that.
All right. Well, you know what? Before
I met Stan Lee like maybe a year before he passed. It was just a picture, I got a photo op with the man, and I was like, look, it's now or never, it's either I get a picture with him or a signature and just finally get to meet the guy. So I finally did it on his final MegaCon appearance in Orlando. And,
nice.
it was a great thing. I remember when they took the shot, and he came back with that quip, like, nice shot, fellas. And I was like, man, that just hearing him speak was amazing. Just Stan Lee right there, man. It was a great experience, to finally be next to Stan and to have a photo op with him. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that picture on your Instagram. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I wish I had an opportunity to meet him. Not even meet, just a handshake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm late in the game. I've been collecting comics for the last 3 years or 4 years or so. So it's like, but I love to hear stories. So anyone in the chat that want to leave a comment, leave the comment below after the show, because right now, or if you wanna, there's one spot open. Maybe Sam Tangle's Web. If you ever met Stan Lee, let me know. He's a big Spider-Man fan.
He's one guy that, I'm not the biggest guy for getting signatures, but Stan Lee is an epic signature that would have been awesome to have. Maybe someday, but they're pricey. So, but yeah, Stan Lee is he's gonna live on forever, obviously, because of all of us. But he's just a legend for sure.
For sure, no one could ever touch that. But I want to say thank you to Stay Puft 1983, Sean in the house. He is our special guest. Thank you once again for hanging out with us tonight on the very special episode of Coast to Coast Comics. This is the 40th episode, man. We're going strong, and we're going to go strong to the rest of the year. And you know what? Hey, maybe if we can hear dogs barking, so maybe things be acting up around here. And I guarantee you there'll be no cops this time.
No cops.
The last one, there was cops knocking on the door, but you know what? All good. How about if you want to invite NYC, that way we just have a good time and have everyone in the house.
Go ahead and invite the champ.
Oh, okay. Okay. Holy.
Go ahead and invite the champ.
The best belt ever, right there. NYC, you're in the chat, so we're just gonna. I think I have your email still here. Let me see. If not, NYC, all you gotta do is just hit me up, man. Hit me up on Instagram. But you know what, man? You guys are amazing, man. We're celebrating 40 episodes.
So what does that mean? 8 more episodes to a full year, huh?
Well, we got about.
Plus 2 more months worth. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we could push 50, but it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So much to do, man. So much to do.
Hey.
What's up, Sean?
Well, you got Diecast saying wait until he get his belt.
Calling you out.
I remember when I posted this belt for the first time on Instagram. He cut a promo on me, Hulk Hogan style. He was challenging me for the belt. And I was like, it was awesome, man.
Hey guys, I want to apologize if I'm late on the chat right now because I'm using StreamYard, of course, as you guys know, but I'm using StreamYard chat, so I click it. So it's delayed by YouTube. I know YouTube, you guys are on point. So
we got Double S in the chat. What's up, Double S? Along with our boy C Woodard 19. What's up, C Woodard? Key Largo Comics. Thank you for joining us. And my boy Comic Man Andy. Comic Man Andy just had his 100 subscriber contest today. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out.
Awesome. So what's up, NYC? You want to jump in the house?
Yeah. See, he put a comment on there.
All right, let me see my phone real quick here. Let me see if I got it right here. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, man. You guys want to bring a beer or a bottle of water or a glass of wine?
No, I'll just
already got my drink.
Soda. I'm good on the soda.
There we go. We're gonna invite Cobby. He's coming to the house.
He came in yesterday and just like a house of thunder on the hunt.
Oh, you know. That's what it does, man.
He busted JD Flair wide open, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got a coconut.
Yeah.
But,
oh man.
The invite is sent. We're gonna have a great time. This is Coast to Coast Comics every Saturday at 8:00. We're gonna talk comics.
This was that House of X variant. You see that?
Sweet.
And then the other variant that we picked up was this Absolute Carnage of Miles Morales too. So those are cool. Then I got that Storm one. So, damn, glow in the dark.
Dude, that's fire.
Yeah, that Storm cover is beautiful, man.
Yeah, man. Like seriously though, they were so sold out of it so quick. I actually had to order mine online. So it's like I paid somebody to wait in line for me, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was sold out quick, and there was so many people there. It was nuts.
Yo, so while you was hanging out at NYC,
yes,
what was the most food you ate there? I'm just curious.
Oh man.
I mean, like,
oh man.
I know he had to have Chinese food, the pizza, the Italian sandwich. He probably had it all. We did
the Mexican food. We did some Mexican food that was really bomb. Like if we're talking the most like in portion at one time that I ate was probably those pizza because the pizzas were like this freaking big and the slices were bigger than my head. I mean, we did bagels every morning like that. Those were freaking bomb.
Oh, God.
Yeah, them New York bagels, man.
Yeah.
What you ate with your bagel though?
Okay, I got the first day we got like these bagels and they had like egg and sausage and cheese or something like that on them, or maybe bacon. I can't remember. I got bacon. But then the second time I got this garlic bagel. It was toasted and it had a bacon and herb cream cheese spread. It was so good. Like,
oh man, it would have been amazing. Wolf Warner said he missed you at the con.
Yeah, one of the days he was dressed as Miles Morales, I think. So I don't think I was looking for him dressed as Miles Morales. And then there were so many people there. It was hard. We missed a lot of people, but we did meet some people, and that was cool too. So a lot of good people around, man.
All right, here he is, man. He was at the con 2019 NYCC. Copy in the house.
Oh, what up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, man?
I'm good. I did a live stream earlier today with Jeffrey because that's really all everyone wants to see now. It's just me and him doing
y'all a tag team right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the hunt last night was wild. I did not expect to win. Because now I have to go back on the show, which is a problem because I ran out of money. So I'm wondering what books I'm going to be buying in the next 2 weeks that could actually defend that belt. So we'll see. But
you need it, man.
I got to freestyle. I got to do a little freestyle over Wu-Tang, Cream, one of the all-time faves, all-time classic joints. So if you missed me freestyling on the hunt last night, I suggest you go check that out.
I mean, you came on the hunt and start dropping bars. I was like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Hey, man.
Thanks for voting for me. I appreciate it.
That's pretty dope, man. You guys dropping out bombs. I got to go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, you got to check that out.
Hey, Bub's Comics was hilarious on that whole episode.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's so funny. And he had to do 2 of those kind of shows like back to back last night.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he was like awake, but yeah.
Good.
I got to drink this now to be awake because of this guy.
Man,
I
already had 2 of them, so I had to cut back. I'm drinking soda now.
Good Lord, 2?
This morning.
He's giving me all these bad habits,
So
I got a lot of them.
when he was at the con, I assume he's still with you the entire time. You didn't kick him out or anything?
I mean, there were maybe small moments when we separated, but not much. We were basically rolling, deep the whole time, and we had other crew members. My good friend Raul here, he was with us for two of the days, and of course, then we bumped into other community members. I Got Issues was with us for the majority of Thursday. But so it was a blast. Honestly, it was great. We got to see Capital JB as well. We met up with Big Lion Cat, Jeff Johnson, some of the other New York Warriors in Artist Alley. We met up with Very Gary,
Arsenio, Art Chemist,
the Art Chemist a couple times. Wolf Warner. I think we tried to hit you up on IG, but we never heard back from you. It was kind of crazy, though, I'll admit, and the service was not good from a phone standpoint. It was very bad.
Yeah,
it was very bad. I was especially down in the Artist Alley area. It was not great. So that I'm hoping that can be improved somehow in future years. But with that many people and that much cell phone activity going on and such a condensed venue, I don't even know how you do it. They even had free Wi-Fi this year, and I was constantly connecting and disconnecting to this free Wi-Fi throughout the whole 4 days, and it was really shoddy, honestly. So
I was looking for him boat right, but we unfortunately every time we went through there, he wasn't there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty damn cool. We got to meet up with Comic Tom also. We got to meet up with Gem Mint, so that was really cool.
I have to cut you off real quick. I want to give a shout out to the chat, sir. I'm sorry, Kavi.
Sure.
Let me give a shout out to the chat right now. I mean, I'm using StreamYard, guys, so I'm just gonna run now through the chat real quick here. Glitter and Duct Tape, Hialeah Comics, JB in the house, Jim Boatwright, C.3 Comics in the house, Fush Only, Common Man Andy, what's going on, Common Man Andy? Thank you for hanging out.
And Mr. Gretzky, what's up, Mr. Gretzky? Box Hype, what's up, Box Hype? Good to see you.
Javi in the house, what's going on, man? Keith the Dork. And
Silver Sundays. Tomorrow.
Every Sunday, man. Every Sunday.
What?
Yeah, I just showed a book that Javi bought from Bake, and I bought it in a recent haul. It's the Marvel Superheroes issue 25 with that awesome Medusa on there. Yeah, yellow cover. Love that book. So good taste, Javi.
Pretty dope. All right, so let's see what's going on, man. It's I know you guys were at the con.
That's right.
So how you feel about Donny Cates?
What about him?
He's taking over Thor.
Yeah. So funny story. So Jeffrey and we were sitting.
Feel free to jump in, Sean. You can interrupt.
So we were sitting. We were actually
watch it, man. I want to talk too, man.
We were sitting in the room for that panel where they were going to announce all the different Marvel writer changes and whatnot. And my buddy Raul was with us. But then so one of Jeffrey's friends, Ario, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, Ario Anditi or
Andito, yeah.
Arendito.
Yeah.
So he's an artist for Marvel mostly, right? I think. And he's based overseas or something, right? So
Indonesia,
yeah. So he's rarely makes U.S. appearances. So all of a sudden he was at New York Comic Con, sort of semi unannounced. So it was a real important opportunity for Jeffrey to meet with him. So we left.
I took off.
Yeah, so we left, and I followed him because I kind of wanted to meet him too. So we left the room and tried to seek this guy out to go meet up with him, and we did do that. We got to take photos with him and everything, and talk to him for a little bit. So that was really, really. So I think that was worth missing the panel for it personally. But my buddy stayed back in the panel, and every time they were announcing something like Donny Cates taking over Thor, confirmed, or Al Ewing taking over Guardians of the Galaxy, or any news related update that was going down on that panel, he was immediately like Facebook messengering me or whatever with every single update, just in case I could use the information somehow or whatever. So so we kind of like divided and conquered that particular situation there. So
yeah.
Pretty cool, man.
It's funny that he's taken over Thor after this long run by Jason Aaron.
Yeah,
Jason Aaron had a really long run, and I like his God of Thunder run is what got me back into reading Thor. And then it was a solid run. And then when Jane Foster took the hammer, that was a pretty solid run in itself. I enjoyed that. So it'll be interesting to see Donny Cates on Thor.
Yeah.
And what old story he's gonna take from an old book and make the value go up on that.
There's a grail in that for that Jane Foster Thor #1. It's not called Jane Foster Thor #1. It's just Thor #1, right?
Yeah.
But for that Thor #1, where Jane Foster takes over the Thor character, technically, there's like a 1 in 200 or 1 in 300 black and white sketch variant. That's like very low print run, obviously, because it's a extremely high ratio. And I've seen like 9/8 out there that are being, offered up at ridiculous prices. That's a book that I look for every single time, anywhere, just because you never know, like because I don't think that book really thought to be that key until just recently. You know what I mean? So I think whether it's the regular version of that book, variants of that book, or crazy ass like low print ratio variants of that book, that's a book that I continuously look out for wherever I'm at looking for comics. Even though it's not a book that I would necessarily like desperately want in my personal collection, but I think it's a great possible flip book.
Yeah, I mean anything that Donny Cates touches is golden right now. Like I mean, if they're gonna bring Donny Cates in on Thor, it almost makes you wonder if they're gonna like introduce like symbiotes into Asgard or something, to tie in.
Well,
with all
there's a whole null,
yeah, right,
like connection that's gonna happen.
Right.
Pretty
so
obvious.
I mean,
we all know NYC. His stuff is amazing. You breathe. I can't even compete against you, man.
Well, there's no need to compete,
man.
There's
You
no
know
need to
what? You know what?
I see Boatwright saying that Donny Cates is going to burn himself out with all these jobs.
That's a good point.
And I remember when Bendis took over Avengers, and then he started doing a whole bunch of stuff. That's when his writing style started declining because he was writing so many books. Because Marvel putting all the weight on his shoulders, and he doing books, Avengers, events, and all that stuff. So sometimes it's best to keep it at a minimum of books you're writing as opposed to writing like 6-7 books.
But is that up to him or is that up to Marvel?
He's letting go. Well, he is letting go of some stuff too. He's letting go of Guardians. Al Ewing is actually, taking it over, right? So he gets to drop that. I don't think he's not dropping Venom, right? He's continuing with Venom.
I haven't heard that he is.
But Thor is going to be his main thing. So it'll be basically he'll be the Venom and Thor guy. What else is he actively writing right now for Marvel besides Guardians? I think Guardians is the other main thing, right?
Yeah, I think he was doing.
So I think by dropping that and taking on Thor, it kind of evens out. I mean, I know Thor is probably like looked at as a bigger deal than Guardians, but it's still two active series.
But he is picking up with Mark Bagley doing Venom Island in December. So
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be pretty.
So is Venom Island a standalone miniseries, or is it just like a brand on the main Venom title? Like it's like Venom 19, Venom Island. Is it actually Venom Island #1, Venom Island #2?
And that's where I was going through the book, using the I got some posters here. I'm using the
Previews.
solicitations. Yes, sir. And it doesn't say right now. Maybe the check can help us out. But right now, it just
Yeah, because I was a little confused on that.
Shot or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah, then X-Men's got a lot of stuff coming up also. I keep repeating that, I think, on every show.
I'm excited about all of it, frankly. So
yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like your typical groups, you know, that you're used to seeing. You know, there's some variety to the groups, and I'm interested. Like House of X and Powers of 10, like definitely has me interested more in these new X-Men books than
for sure.
I've ever been in X-Men. So
There's just so much stuff that's dropping. You know, it's just trying to see here, making sure.
Yeah, I know. It makes it really hard for me to like trim down my pull list like post New York Comic Con when I have to like tighten the belts, you know, a little bit, because that's how it usually is for me after New York Comic Con. I'm kind of like, okay, I just spent a whole bunch of stuff, you know, over a 4 or 5 day period, and now it's like, okay, so how do I like scale back a little bit?
yeah, I had 4 titles I was getting ready to take off my pull list, and then X-Men comes out with 4 new series that I'm just like, I'm just going to replace them. Yeah, and I'm just like, trying to cut back, but thank you guys all for the congratulations. Appreciate it.
It's crazy, man. We hit 40 consecutive weeks, but you know what?
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Sean's got some stuff coming on. What you got? What you working on, man? The people, you working on something, man, or any projects in your head, or you know?
I do have one live project I'm working on. Definitely want to do a live stream.
Nice.
And you know, get everybody together. You know, basically something like just hanging out. You know, just talking about random stuff. You know, what's on our mind, whether it's comic books, movies, you know, entertainment, hip hop, all that. So
yeah,
definitely looking to start something up. Hopefully within the next few weeks. You know, I'm definitely planning it out. You know, I'm trying to look at what day, because it seems like every day there's something going on where there's another live stream, and I might want to watch that live stream too. You know, I know Soldier and Fuchsia is gonna start their show after this. I was like, damn, that takes away the 9 o'clock spot.
Right, like I went live earlier to show a bunch of hauls that I didn't get around to showing in the last 2 months before New York Comic Con came around, and by the time I was off, I had like 5 or 6 things I needed to add to my watch later list. That like
because you was on the same time when Comic Head was on.
Yeah, because I had invited Comic Head to come on with me and Jeffrey, and I think it's just the timing lined up too close to when he was going to do that one. So it's just like, So now I still haven't watched that. I don't want to be spoiled, but like, you know, after we're done, if Soldier and Fuchsia are on, then I got to go over there. So
I was thinking of whether I want to be on their show after this, you know, because I know they want me on as a guest, and I wouldn't mind being on there with them.
Yeah, you need to be on more shows, man. I'm telling you.
I can do that. We can cut it short, probably like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and that way Fuchsia and Soldier, you can have you know, Sean and your show. How about that? We could do something like that, and then
we can share.
I have no problem. You know, I have no problem doing stuff like that. You know, you guys want to collaborate together, that's awesome, and that's what the whole community is all about, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. Like, you can't be everywhere at the same time. Like, you gotta watch some things on replay. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes you just gotta like go live and do your thing. You can't always like be worrying about stepping on everybody's toes. It's just too much going on these days.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, at least.
And look at how Lair comic with his comment.
Yeah. We got you.
We had Puff first.
He did.
They feel like they got exclusive rights. They got exclusive rights. They got, you got to negotiate with them to get Puff, man.
Oh, man. Right. Because man, when I saw him on your show, I was like, what the heck, man? So I'm like, stay Puff. I was like, what the freak is going on here? He's live. Yo, I was just like, yo, what's going on, man? So that was, that's pretty dope though. That was like, I did not expect that, but you know what? It happened. That was amazing.
It's funny because Hialeah mentioned it on the day before on the live show that he had special guests, and he was excited. But Boat Right knew it. He put my name in the chat. He like, Stay Puft? And Hialeah was like, damn, Boat Right knows it, man.
Yeah. That is awesome, man. Actually,
I got to watch his video about meeting up with Jeff Comic 813 also. That's on my
I got to check that out too. But what he did for Jeff was awesome, man. That Vampirella
thing, I saw that on Instagram. It was pretty dope.
Yeah. Boat Right was texting me, and he was like, "Hey, Rod, what do you think about this?" And I was like, "I love it. It's beautiful," because he gave me his first EOK, and it was a flash. You can't see it because it's right behind here. He painted it, and I was like, "Dude, I love what you're doing. So just keep rocking out." So he's been doing some. That guy is just amazing, man. Boat Right is just out the park.
Boat Right coming to my defense. Sylvie Sunday's own Puff contract.
He can draw looking stuff, but he's not very he can't.
Is this a death row situation?
Vanilla Ice.
All right, so let's see here what's going on. Life with two YouTubers in the house. Let's see what's going on. All right, so Fuchsia Soldier, if you want to hang out with Sean, we can end it at the 45-minute mark, and that way you guys can hang out with Sean and prep for your show, and within that 15-minute mark. So let us know. Just leave me a comment below. That's fine, and I'm cool with that, man. But I know
cool with that.
I know there's a 2099 books coming out. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? We got not Superman, because it's all Marvel. It's Spider-Man.
2099.
Yeah.
We got just a whole bunch of this 2099 stuff coming on. So
they officially bringing that line back?
Woo.
Well, are they bringing it? Are they? I'm aware of two things. That there's going to be a storyline in the main ASM title for 2 issues. I think it's 2 issues, but I could be wrong. That's like a 2099 storyline in the main ASM. But then they're also doing a whole bunch of one-shots where it's like Doom 2099 and Blah 2099 and somebody else 2099. So
and that's what, two things. You're right, sir. That's what it looks like. I just wanted to throw it out there.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't buy much Marvel, so I don't know.
I do.
I used to love Marvel, but I fell off with Marvel. And the fact that they still use cheap paper quality for expensive books.
Yeah, I hate the paper quality, though. That is some BS.
I was saying, I was like that Ghost Rider book from the week before. That joint almost slipped out of my hands while it stuck to my fingers, man. I didn't
even buy the Ghost Rider book.
So, I'm a big Ghost Rider fan, so when I see Ghost Rider on the motorcycle, I immediately say I need to get it because I'm a big fan of the 90s Ghost Rider run. But
I gotta say that I'm typically mostly Marvel, especially as far as what I tend to read when I get around to actually reading my books. And DC, I do collect DC, but DC is always more of a cover buy, I feel like. For the most part, I don't know. They just got such beautiful covers, or sometimes I can't pass them up. But
if you had not been reading that whole, it just finished, the Cease.
Oh, I did not read that one.
Yeah, I only read issue 1, and I didn't enjoy it, so I kind of stopped there. And I heard from a lot of people, keep going, it gets a lot better, but I just didn't. So
I enjoyed it.
You read 1 issue, and the last issue, I cried. I was like, "How you gonna do that to my homeboy?" I'm like, "Man, you know who my homeboy is. I love Flash, so yeah." But I'm just like, "What the heck, man?" But
yeah, I think that's one of those books I'll end up circling back to on the DC digital app or whatever it is. Once it makes its way over there, I'll probably just spin it up and binge it. But.
Yeah. Don't pass it up. If you can find it for $1 or $2, it's a good read, man, for sure. It's a good read. As always, I'm your boy Rod Rican from Just Speaking This Comics. We have Comics NYC. Yup, Kavi is a great homie in the community. I think you just broke 500. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
Yeah, a little while ago. I think. Well, maybe I have a contest going on right now. It kind of died down a little bit because once it's like past the first week, I think people don't remember that it still exists. But you could technically enter it between now and November 1st, and all you got to do is you got to go watch the contest video and take a guess as to how much change you think I got in this bag of change. It's a very large bag of change. It's called the Comic Books NYC Loose Change Challenge. And all you do is you look at this and you take a guess, a wild guess in the comment, and you guess how much change I got. And whoever gets the closest to the single penny, either above or below, gets the closest, will get a comic book of the equivalent value of this giant bag of change as the winner. So it's the Comic Books NYC Loose Change Challenge. So just head over to my channel, go check that out. Really easy to enter. All you got to do is guess the amount of change in this bag. So you can also make a video. There's a whole secondary prize and everything like that for people who make videos and whatnot. But I'll let you guys find out about that yourself. So, but yeah, I did cross 500. So that was the goal of the contest, I guess. So that has been achieved, which is cool. But there's still plenty of time to enter if you haven't yet. So
awesome. I already know how many coins you have in that bag.
Oh, you know.
Dad used to throw pennies and quarters and nickels and dimes in his closet, and I had to scoop everything up. So I'll do a little, mathematical stuff in my head.
I guessed. I can't remember what I guessed. It was like $70 and something. But yeah,
I think it's going to be more.
We'll see. Yeah,
we'll see.
You never know.
All right. So
you can't guess in the chat over here. You got to go to the video and guess.
Yeah.
All right. So right now, for the first time, I never done a rapid fire to Kavi, right? Hey,
wow.
Big's asking me how I'm counting the change myself for Coinstar because they take out a percentage.
Well, either way, you get the total amount.
I'm using Coinstar, and then I will take the hit on the percentage, but they give you the total, like the real total, and the percentage fee or whatever. So there you go.
Perry.
Wait, what's this rapid fire thing? What's going on?
It was a rapid fire. He don't know about that, right?
Rod's going to throw 5 random questions at you.
Oh, okay. I got you. I thought it was something. I got to pull books.
So we'll leave the last.
I don't want to pull more books for a competition show.
We're not doing none of that.
No, it's just questions.
We'll leave the last question for Sean. It's a very simple question. Unless you want to hit him real quick right now. His favorite hip-hop artist right now or in the past. How about that? We'll kick it off with that. Who?
Is that a question for me or for Sean?
For you.
Oh, for me. So this is a tough one, but usually my go-to choice is Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie. But I have a hard time choosing between them and Wu-Tang, honestly. So like if I can get away with a cheating answer, it's Wu-Tang and Biggie.
Such an East Coast answer.
It is an East Coast answer.
Yeah, what do you expect, man?
Yeah, I grew up on the East Coast. I'm an East Coast guy. I'm like,
what you think we gonna immediately say somebody from the West or the Midwest or the South?
Hey, I lived in Los Angeles for 10 years. It's been a big part of my career. I work in music, so I have a lot of love for the LA and West Coast hip hop. Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists right now. Love Tupac, definitely a legend. Snoop's amazing. So, I grew up on a lot of that West Coast stuff too. I just prefer the East Coast stuff because that's more directly connected to my, childhood, teenage years, young adulthood, and now, in my 30s and whatnot, living in New York City, whatnot. So, I think I connect to it. So, that's my answer.
It's okay, Jeff, man. It's all right. I got you for West Coast Wednesday. I got you for West Coast Wednesday.
Yeah. That's cool.
If you had a chance to meet any one of these two, Jack Kirby or Mr. Ditko, which one will you pick? That's a tough question.
Is that for me?
That's for you, sir. This is rapid fire. One. There's only one answer. You could give it. You know your reason for it, explanation, and all that stuff. But Jack Kirby or Mr. Ditko.
So this is definitely a tough choice for me because Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character of all time. Jack Kirby is my favorite comic book artist of all time. So I would probably have to go with the King Kirby just because of what I've heard about Steve Ditko and sort of maybe he might not be the easiest person to meet or have a conversation with, but I've only know that through secondhand information. So it's a very tough call for me. I did have the pleasure to meet Stan Lee. So I did already meet the co-creator of Spider-Man. So I kind of have checked the Spider-Man box. So I would go with the King on that one. The King. Jack Kirby.
Sweet. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, that's awesome. Everyone's saying he's the king. Jack Kirby's the king. Hey, Sean, do you have a rapid fire question for Comic Book NYC at question number if you have one? If you don't, that's fine.
I didn't have one at the moment. I was still thinking of one, but I really don't have one. I have to really gauge his mind on certain things, like with it. Definitely the New York aspect. Like, look, okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
How long you've been going to conventions?
How long have I been going to conventions? About 6 years.
So 6 years.
Yeah.
So you never went prior to that?
No.
And the reason I ask is because I've talked to all these guys, especially when I went to Tampa Con. I've been going to conventions since 1992. I showed this off last time, the 1994 New York Comic Book Convention.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn, I'm an experienced convention vet, and everybody's been going to conventions for the last couple of years. So I was surprised at that.
So if going back to my childhood was in New Jersey, not the city proper. So I didn't even know of the existence of comic book of a convention, nor let alone a convention of any kind, probably let alone a comic book convention. I just don't think I was aware of said concept growing up. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until probably I left, home and went to college or whatever that I even learned what a convention is for anything, And then I didn't really get back into collecting until 2014. So that's why it's kind of been 5-6 years. I mean, it's almost 2020, so it's almost 6 years. But so yeah, I mean, I had comic books as a kid. I didn't take care of them. Wasn't a collector. You know what I mean? It was just it was just something to read every once in a while. I was into the Spider-Man book because of the Spider-Man animated cartoon show. I was into the Batman animated series, but didn't really read any Batman comic books until I was in my 20s. So yeah, so it's just really just the background of my life and how things played out that I didn't really start going to cons until maybe 5-6 years ago. Yeah,
because I had the fortunate of my aunt. She took me to my first convention when I was 8 years old, and it just carried on to there.
If someone doesn't take you or show interest, then it's
my father kept the tradition up by taking me to cons, and he also took me to car shows at the Javits Center as well.
Right.
So I that's why when I was at Tampa Bay, it was the first time I went with a group of guys. Because most of the time it's either me or my brother or just me myself, and sometimes with my dad. But most of the time it's just me, and I've been going to cons by myself. So
I don't foresee another year of my life where I don't attend at least one con, if not at least 2, 3, 4. Like I think this year I did 4. Last year I did 3. The year before that I did 3. So I'm on a trajectory where I'm going to like 3/4 cons a year. And of course, New York, I don't have to go anywhere for New York. It's just here. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's kind of my current frequency level with the conventions, and
this year was my most in terms of cons I went to. 3 was like the most.
I don't know if I've said this publicly on YouTube yet, but I was talking to Bake about it, and it looks like I'm probably going to end up sorting it out. But it looks like I'm going to be going to Orlando MegaCon next year in April.
Oh, really? That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
it's awesome because we all need to just figure out dates because I'm gonna be there.
And Fridays, I don't want to be there Saturday or Sunday. It gets too congested. And
come on!
I'll be there every day. I'll be there every day.
Man. And Jeffrey, are you going to come to Orlando next year?
No, but still, you go
No.
for a day.
Here's the story. Here's the story. I was at Big Apple Con in March. Okay, here in New York, which is a smaller show. It's not huge like New York Comic Con.
It's not still at the church, is it?
It's moving to the New Yorker hotel, like starting with the winter one in December this year. So they're doing that Big Apple Christmas Con, December 14th. So they're moving to a new venue, and that's the new venue that they're moving to permanently for the 2-day con in March. Right? It's been at the Hotel Pennsylvania for a little bit, which is right by MSG, Madison Square Garden. So it was the last year at the Hotel Pennsylvania back in March. I was at the con. I only went one day, and I'm making my way entering. My way in. I'm entering, and this lady is like sitting at a table. She's like, "Come over here. Why don't you enter? To win this trip or whatever." Because they were like giving away trips, like Orlando vacation packages or something. And I was like, usually I don't buy into like entering these kind of giveaways, sweepstakes. I feel like people just like follow up with you with like, marketing and spam information from that. And like, there's no chance I expect to win anything. So fast forward, the con happens, and it's like it's a week or two later. I'm in Los Angeles on business, and I get a phone call. I'm one of the winners. I won a trip. I have 18 months to book it. So basically, that was back in March, April of this year. So now I called them back and I'm like, okay, I'm going to book this for the same week of Orlando MegaCon, so I can get to go one of the Orlando like parks and resorts. They're going to put me up, and then I'll be able to also hit up MegaCon for 3 days or 4 days. So
awesome, man.
I'm going to kill 2 birds in one stone and have a good time down there in Orlando, because I entered to win a free trip at Big Apple Con and somehow won. So
that's awesome,
nice. Heck yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be so much fun next year. I can't wait.
Dude.
Yeah, that one seems pretty large too, for like the venue and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
All right. So actually at number 4, this is the 4th question. We didn't finish it. Do you remember your first slab you ever bought?
Do I remember? Yeah, I no longer have it. It was Amazing Spider-Man 252.
252. Wow.
Yeah, that's my birthday book.
Sweet.
January 1984. It's my birthday book.
What? Drew? Sorry, mine too.
Nice, man. And I know he bought you a nice book, Jeffrey.
Well, yeah, that's putting it nicely. Yes. Oh, you want me to show it? Is that what you're saying?
You can show it. You can show it if you want.
Okay, sure. I figured.
And number 5, we'll leave the question to the chat.
Man.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, that looks good.
I love that cover.
Sick, man.
Dude, that is awesome.
Origin of Hulk, man.
Yeah, I'm freaking getting close now. I'm less than I got like 30 something books left to complete my collection.
30? That's all you need?
Yeah.
I'll get you all the True Believer ones. You missed.
I already got those too, man. I buy it all. I buy it all, bro.
Yo, there's just one question left for the rapid fire. We extended this longer than usual. If you guys don't have a question, how about we end this right now? So, NYC, Jeffrey, how was it? You two guys hanging out.
Yes, Perry, very much worth it. Awesome. Best
Did
pizza
you-
I ever had.
Jeffrey, you I'm pretty sure you stood at his apartment. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, he crashed on the couch.
All right.
I mean, I almost sometimes like fall asleep on that couch instead of my own bed because it's just a really comfy couch. It's not too bad. It's a decent couch. So
Yeah.
So
Plus, I didn't sleep much anyways. I was so
Yeah, you
amped
like-
up, like,
I mean, he was like mainlining Monster Energy drink like the whole trip basically. I don't know how he I don't know. I just don't know how he functioned.
I'm not
He
sure
was
I did.
he was a walking corpse. That's what he was, man.
Yes.
Yes.
He was a walking corpse. Hey, they could have cast you for the next season of The Walking Dead. You would've-
It took me like 2 days of just pure sleep to freaking recover, man. I was just on one. Boy. It was crazy.
There's a question from Box Hype. He's asking, have you ever cracked a slab and sent it back for a higher grade? Maybe this is for you, NYC, sir.
Yeah, I have.
And
I mean,
was you happy with the grade?
yeah.
That doesn't sound too convincing. That was probably a no. So
I think it was like a half grade bump on that particular one. So it's not too bad. I was hoping for, a whole grade or whatever, not instead of a 0.5 bump, I was hoping for, 1 point. I guess that's a 2 grade bump is what I was hoping for. And I got a 1 grade bump, but
level 2.
issues.
Oh man. Yo, man, this is
Right? Yeah, seriously. He was drinking he was drinking more than one energy drink within just inhuman amount of time periods. It was
Then I got stuck on that cold brew coffee, and I was drinking that on top of all the monsters coffee. Oh,
but all jokes aside, it was awesome having him here. It was a blast to hang out and do the whole con experience with a buddy like especially one like Jeffrey where he was experiencing everything sort of for the first time. Whereas I can get a little jaded sometimes, like if I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I kind of got to see the con through his eyes, you know what I mean? Which was a blast. And it really re-energized me, honestly. So
did he walk to every corner where they had like a vendor with the pretzels, with the peanuts and the hot dogs? Did he eat all that stuff?
We did eat a few hot dogs. We didn't. We laid off the popcorn, because I don't want to. I don't know. I think that's a bad idea.
And you see, even kernels get stuck between your teeth and your gums. Yeah.
That's why I miss the big city, man. I miss New York.
Yeah.
I miss Philly, man. I love this working downtown and just walking out the building, just grab a hot dog and chips and a soda, go right back to work. Back in the day it was $2.25. Probably $6 or $5 now. God knows how much a hot dog is in New York City.
No, I mean it depends. You can still get like a $2, $3 hot dog.
Issues.
Last time I've been to NYC,
you can still get a 99. You can still get 99-cent slices also that are decent.
Yeah, I know that. I know that for a fact. But last time I've been back to New York was like 2008. I ain't been back there since.
Wow.
It's been 10 years, man.
Yeah.
Because I in 2000s when I moved down here, I would go back to New York to see some friends and stuff like that. But most of my family done moved out of New York completely. And some friends even left New York. So I was like, damn, man, hey, there's really no reason to go back up there if I ain't got nowhere to crash. Because that's what I depended on, to crash at their place. But
of course, we can't end the show without Perry comments, leaving the best comment, like a good New York wiener.
We know that.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you do, sir. Yo,
We need Curry on here next time.
This guy, man, I swear, I just can't even with him.
Yeah, I would say that the one word to sum up Jeffrey's con is cosplay is not consent.
Like it.
One phrase, not one word.
Wow.
Oh,
Man, yeah.
You want to know, man? Oh man, I did, yeah, I'm happy that Jeffrey went to New York, experienced NYC,
Yeah, because y'all took over Instagram with y'all pictures, man. It was amazing. All them pictures and stories, Jeff standing next to your place and the World Trade Center right there. I was like, Jeff is living a life, man. Living a life in big city.
It was a good time.
Yeah,
it was definitely a good time.
I wish I could have been there to give him some grief,
Yeah.
Wish I would have been there to give him some grief, man.
That would have been fun. That would have
There
definitely
was
been
plenty to be given.
Probably take him to the rough neighborhoods,
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, you want to go to Brownsville?
Oh man. Let's do it.
Oh my god. Just real quick. Hey, NYC.
Mm.
Brooklyn or New York? Nets or the Knicks, man?
Oh man.
And watch out, you got someone right here who's looking at you.
Well, I bought a place in Brooklyn, Clinton Hill. What up? Which was Biggie's old neighborhood, which used to be a dangerous neighborhood, and now is not a dangerous neighborhood. And
I survived.
Sought after neighborhood. So I'll go with Brooklyn because it's where I laid down, some roots, I guess, and that's where I live. Next, the Nets versus Knicks. I'll go Knicks. I'm not a fan of either team, honestly, but the Knicks are more of an iconic team. MSG is an iconic venue. Barclays Center maybe in Brooklyn, but it's like only a few years old, and it's just not. It just doesn't have the same, I guess, like legacy as the Knicks. But I'm not a fan of either team, to be completely frank or honest about it.
Frank White.
Yeah, Frank White, right?
Frank White.
There it is. Don Dada.
Yeah.
Hey, the champion.
All right, man. So we got Comic Jabroni in the house. What's going on?
Bueller.
I got issues in the house. What's going on? But you know what?
Yeah, bake.
There's a bunch of people, man, just leaving comments, just talking. We're having a great time here. You know what? We could go on all night, but you know what? There's other shows out there right now that are going live. This is Coast to Coast Comics, the 40th episode, 40. I can't even do that right.
Bueller, what's up, Bueller?
We did it, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for for saying. Texted me one day and said, let's do a show. We are 40 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it. We've been on and off throughout the times, but you know what? Still strong. 40 weeks consecutive, man. I want to say thank you so much to everyone in the chat. You guys rock out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
The chat was popping tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Everyone in the chat. Some of the people actually been on the panel on the show. So I want to say thank you to those guys out there. You know who you are. I want to say thank you for Comic Books NYC Copy. Great homie in the community. As always, the guy rocks out with some. I can't even touch him when it comes to slabs or whatever. But I want to give a special shout out to my brother, Sean. Yo.
Looking forward to seeing you do more stuff, man.
Yeah, it's awesome being on
rocking
YouTube.
out with us, man. I really
problem,
do
man.
appreciate your time.
It's great being on here talking with you guys, man.
Great having you, for sure.
Yeah.
With that being said, I want to say, Jeffrey,
Yo,
40 weeks, man.
40 weeks.
Man.
At least one more to go.
We keep it going, man. And with that being said, I see you guys tomorrow at 4:00 with a shout out show. Our homie Comic Man Andy is a special guest.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, we got 5 great YouTuber creators. They're going to deserve a shout out. That needs to be.
Do I look like TJ Watson right now?
Kind of.
Oh, you sure do, man. That's dope. let me remove that. I'm sorry about that. All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Thank you guys.
Peace, y'all.
Everyone in the house right now.
Yeah, what he said.